A murder investigation in Coventry has moved into the courts after police charged 3 people over the death of 37-year-old Thomas Niven, whose body was found in a wheelie bin in Cash's Park, off Daimler Road, on Friday the 13th of March. West Midlands Police say the 3 defendants are Tammy Sturdy, aged 45, Cameron Sturdy, aged 21, and Shane Turkington, aged 37. Police say all 3 are from Coventry, have been remanded in custody, and are due before Coventry Magistrates' Court. The case began with the discovery of Thomas Niven's body in a public park, a detail that immediately drew widespread attention in Coventry and beyond. Police have confirmed that his body was found in a wheelie bin in a park off Daimler Road, and that the investigation which followed moved quickly from the initial scene examination to arrests and then to formal murder charges within a matter of days. Thomas Niven was formally identified by police after the discovery, and his family have since paid tribute to him through West Midlands Police. In that statement, relatives described him as a much-loved son, brother, uncle and nephew, and said they were devastated by what had happened. They remembered him as a caring man with a strong presence in family life, someone full of warmth and humour, with a love of music and playing pool. In the earlier phase of the inquiry, West Midlands Police said 3 people had been arrested on Sunday in Blackpool, a man and woman in their 40s and a man in his 20s. At that stage, officers said the 3 were being held on suspicion of murder and assisting an offender, while detectives continued to build a picture of Thomas Niven's final movements and the circumstances surrounding his death. By Wednesday evening, that investigation had reached a new stage. West Midlands Police announced that Tammy Sturdy, Cameron Sturdy and Shane Turkington had each been charged with murder. The force said all 3 were remanded in custody and were due to appear before Coventry Magistrates' Court the following morning. ITV News Central reported the same details, confirming the names, ages and court appearance date. Police have not, at this stage, publicly laid out a full account of what they allege happened before Thomas Niven's body was found. What they have said is that the inquiry remains active and that detectives are continuing to seek information from anyone who may not yet have spoken to officers. West Midlands Police are asking members of the public to call 101 quoting incident number 4148 of the 13th of March, or to contact Crime Stoppers anonymously. For investigators, that continuing appeal is significant. Even after charges are brought, police often continue to gather witness accounts, CCTV, phone evidence and other material as a case moves forward. In this investigation, officers have made clear that they still want to hear from anyone who may be able to help them complete the picture of what happened. For the local community, the circumstances of the discovery have been especially disturbing because the body was found in a public park. Cash's Park is an open local space, and cases of this kind inevitably cause shock among nearby residents. That sense of unease has only been heightened by the unusual nature of the discovery and by the speed with which the inquiry has escalated from a public scene to a full murder prosecution. Thomas Niven's family, meanwhile, have tried to keep the focus not only on the criminal investigation, but also on the person they say has been taken from them in deeply cruel circumstances. In their tribute, they said the family was in shock and that he had been a pillar of strength to those around him. They also said he would be forever missed and urged anyone with information to come forward. That family statement adds an important human dimension to a case that might otherwise be reduced to its most shocking details. Police statements and court developments describe the progress of the investigation, but the tribute released through West Midlands Police also makes clear that Thomas Niven's death has left a family grieving and looking for answers. Specially trained officers, according to the force, are continuing to support his relatives as the inquiry proceeds. From a legal and editorial standpoint, this is also the point at which reporting has to remain especially careful. 3 people have been charged with murder, but they have not been convicted. The allegations are now expected to be examined through the court process, where the evidence will be tested and the prosecution case set out in fuller detail. For now, the confirmed position is limited to what police and court scheduling information have formally stated. Those confirmed facts are these: Thomas Niven, aged 37, was found dead in a wheelie bin in Cash's Park off Daimler Road in Coventry on Friday the 13th of March. 3 people were arrested in Blackpool on Sunday. On Wednesday, police announced that Tammy Sturdy, Cameron Sturdy and Shane Turkington had been charged with murder. All three are from Coventry, all three have been remanded in custody, and all three are due before Coventry Magistrates' Court. What is not yet publicly clear is the full prosecution narrative, how police say Thomas Niven died, how his body came to be in the wheelie bin, and what precise evidence investigators say connects the three accused to his death. Those are among the matters likely to emerge only through formal court proceedings and any subsequent hearings. At present, police have limited their public statements to the fact of the charges, the identities of the defendants, and their continuing appeal for information. In practical terms, the investigation remains live even though charges have been laid. Police inquiries do not end at the charging stage, and the force's public appeal suggests officers still believe further evidence may be available. That may include information from witnesses, local residents, or anyone who may have seen suspicious activity and has not yet spoken to detectives. The sequence of events has also been unusually fast. Within less than a week of the body being found, police had identified the victim, made arrests outside the city, received a public family tribute, and then brought murder charges. That pace reflects the seriousness with which detectives appear to be treating the case, as well as the intensity of the inquiry since the body was discovered on the 13th of March. For Coventry, this remains a case with both a criminal and a community impact. The discovery itself was shocking. The victim has now been named. A grieving family has spoken publicly. And the criminal justice process has begun with 3 people now formally accused of murder. As proceedings continue, more detail may emerge, but at this stage the picture remains one of a fast-moving murder inquiry centred on the death of Thomas Niven. West Midlands Police say specially trained officers continue to support Thomas Niven's family as the case moves forward.